Hey, what is going on? Welcome in. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at the energy for the full moon. Happy full moon today, guys. It is January 25th. The full moon is in Leo. I hope that you're doing well, considering there's a lot going on. We're going to be looking at the astrology and how it is playing out, manifesting in our life. We'll also pull some cards. But as usual, I love to start out with an energy clearing. So grab a cup of coffee, a tea, beverage, get a smudge bundle if you have one on hand, or you can receive what I'm doing on my end. I think this might be a little bit shot. I'm gonna see though. So yeah, I hope that you're doing well today. It is Thursday. It is the day of Jupiter, which is nice. We're getting some fire energy in. Let's clear out what is blocking us, what is not serving. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release and let go of anything that is not for the highest and best. Help us to be open to the messages that are meant for us. I feel like I keep flinging cinders everywhere. All right, so Thursday, it's the day of Jupiter. So it's nice, right? Because it gives us this energy of expansion, of opportunity. And I think that there is this, you know, either this push or this longing underneath to achieve certain things and change certain things so we feel happier, more confident, more fulfilled in our life. It's just part of the collective energy, all the reshuffling that's happening. And, you know, it's been a little strenuous. There are places of stress, of aggravation, challenges, things that are not fluidly moving as we would like. And that's what we're kind of left to contend with. The full moon is about manifestations. It is when the moon is at its most luminous state, and it really amplifies. Therefore, it amplifies. It amplifies everything around us, feelings, emotions. There's like a lot of anxieties, fears, etc. about the changes that are happening that are really just like out of our control. Some of them are, obviously, and that's where we're being challenged. I was reading through this one astrologer's perspective on the full moon. And it is about this test of faith. His name is the Astrology King. It's pretty dope website. Check it out if you're interested in astrology. But yeah, he was talking about how it is that test of faith. It is that test of character. And we've been seeing that a lot in the way the astrology is playing out, where we do have these more annoying, frustrating things that pop up that we're not expecting, that we have to deal with, that we have to also prepare for, is what I'm hearing. There's a lot of planets in Capricorn. We have a lot of earth energy going on, and earth energy really is about building strength, character, you know, a perseverance. Yeah, so, you know, I think that here's the thing. It's like, even though there are some frustrating things about how life is in the present moment, we also have these supports. We have these little blessings along the way that help us, that allow us to keep pushing forward and being encouraged, right? Being encouraged on that path that might be a little bit, oh yeah, dope. I love that. Double confirmation on the Jupiter energy. Places that we might be unfamiliar with. We might be, you know, trying to start a new job, move to a new place, you know, get a promotion, whatever. Things that are allowing us to kind of move forward towards our abundance. And that Jupiter energy definitely is the double confirmation. So what I love about this is it's the reminder that we do have, through our empowerment, through our test of faith, of character, you know, that is really where we're stepping into our power. And that's where we see these beautiful, amazing things unfold. As cheesy as it might be, it's true. It's so true. You know, and where we put our time, our energy, especially things of the past, it's really going to dictate how that abundance flows to us. So retrograde always brings up, you know, it is the value of forcing us to look at the things that are kind of standing in our way. What is blocking us? Is it a thought pattern? Is it, you know, the people that we're surrounded with, or the way we, you know, our capabilities, what we believe that we can and can't accomplish. And we need to ground. Okay, so Taurus energy, this is grounding into the stability. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which I love, because Venus is about nurturing. And I was just reflecting today as I was doing my little morning routine. It's so valuable, right? Like, especially when we're feeling a lot, when the energy's heavy, when we have like just a lot of big things in front of us. It's so important to find whatever like nourishment and sustenance we can from our wellness, our self-care practice. It sets the foundation, it sets the tone, and it allows us to stay grounded in who we are and what we want. Taurus rules the second house of money and possessions. It's how we support ourselves. So remembering that we support ourselves first with how we take care of ourselves, then we show up better in situations, in challenges, obstacles, etc. And there's a lot of abundance on the table, especially as it relates to like our material world, which I love. It's all earth energy. I mean, Jupiter is Sagittarius, so it's fire. It's confirming that Leo principle. Leo is about, you know, letting our proverbial light shine. It rules the 5th house. It's creativity and sexuality, like how we just like engage in nature, in our life in a passionate way. And Jupiter allows us, with that Sagittarian energy, that fire principle, to really take off. And to me, this feels like achieving things I don't know if we thought were possible, right? I think it's always interesting, the vision that we have for ourselves. And when we open up to the flow, we usually get something that is like way more beautiful, way more profound. Definitely confirmation with that third eye. And Jupiter is connected to the third eye. It is our sacral chakra. It's our solar plexus, our heart, and our third eye. So it is the embodiment of empowerment through our passions and how we bring those out into the world. Yes, that is that. Sorry, I should finish up with that 6th house energy. That is all about, you know, balance, stability. It's Mercury in Virgo. It is the house of like taking care of our well-being, dotting our I's, crossing our T's. The Astrology King was also talking about, he labeled this full moon as provocation. So we can easily be provoked, right? Or we can easily rise above. And depending on where we're at, what our mind state is in, how we're feeling about ourselves, what we're doing to support and nurture ourselves will really dictate what that response is. Jupiter also rules that concept of leadership. Rising above, you know, being better, you know, because he was saying too, like, you know, provocation is a one-sided challenge. It's a one-sided, so let that person, let them have their side, you know. Okay, so 5 of Cups, yeah, lingering, overarching energy, disappointment of the past, how things have not gone, lingering too much in what is changing. Excuse me, I think I got like a whiff of the sage right up my nose. I apologize. Okay, yeah, so lingering too long in what didn't work out and just letting it kind of steal our emotions. It is Scorpio energy, and we get double confirmation with the Death card. So it's, again, all the changes that are happening. And it is provoking people, everyone, right? Like, we can't escape it. The moon is contra-parallel to Mercury, Venus, Mars. It's square to Jupiter. It's in opposition to Pluto, and it's square to the vertex point. So everything inside of us is like, I don't want to do this, right? Like, and it's not because, like, we know things need to change. It's happening irregardless. Yeah, it sucks. 2 of Wands. It's challenging to, like, figure out a new balance, a new harmony is what I'm hearing. I think it's more fears of the unknown that keeps coming to me, like the fear of, you know, because we gravitate towards what is comfortable, what feels safe and supportive, even if it is a little dysfunctional. You know, unfortunately, I was listening to this thing on just how we, you know, can enmesh ourselves in other people, other situations, ideas, beliefs, etc. And when we're able to kind of separate ourselves from that and really honor our own path, you know, unfortunately, there are things that change. 11:11 on the clock, but it's changing in a way that is going to be more empowered. And that's what I see with this 2 of Wands energy. The way that those hands are holding the orb and, you know, just those rays of light are pouring forth. But true, like, it's very powerful imagery, you know, and we're holding this beautiful gift in our hands, in our hearts, and we want to bring it into this world. There might be something within you when we think about that Jupiter energy, something in your heart that you are so passionate about, but for some reason you're not able to get it out. You're afraid, right? You're afraid to move forward. So what's working for us, ironically or not, like Black Moon Lilith, who I think she's a harder energy to navigate because she will kind of put our temptations at the door. There's all harmonious aspects to her. So she has nothing negative aspecting her today. Meaning that, like, you know, it might not mean that someone might not come out of the blue and trigger us or whatever, you know, say something, act a certain way, try to be a certain way, whatever. It's not saying that won't happen, but we'll be able to see through it way easier. We're supported with Uranus, Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury. They're all trying to Black Moon Lilith. And I like that because full moon energy, it can be very triggering. It's a lot. We can feel it, you know. Watch traffic. People drive like maniacs around the full moon. It's insane. You know, you can just feel this like amplified energy, and especially with it being in Leo, in a fire sign, and then having all this earth energy counterbalancing it, it just like pisses us off, right? It can be very stubborn. We can have some sense of denial with all the water Scorpio energy on the board. It's really talking about how it will provoke us emotionally. That will be maybe a little immature, you know, hopefully not, but that is the test of character. And even if maybe, you know, whatever, just try not to get in too deep. You can say 1 or 2 things. I'll give you that. How about that? No, I'm joking. All right, so 6 of Swords. We know things are moving. It feels a little bit slow. I feel like we got the 6 of Swords strength card in our energy yesterday as well. You know, again, it's confirmation that this is about pushing through. Yep, pushing through to those new beginnings. Even though there is tension around us in our environment, I really do feel like this underlying sense of peace coming from your energy. You know what's going on. You feel, even though it's work, even though, you know, whatever, it's not all solved today, there is a lot that's unfolding. And, you know, I keep getting this energy of Spirit really honoring you in the way that you, for the work that you're putting in. It feels like big rewards at the end, which I totally love. Okay. 444. Again, Spirit is reminding us that we are supported. That is our foundation. Even with the Ace of Cups, here's the thing. I think this like opportunity has been lingering in the background for us. It's here, and you know, I just wish it would come out. Come on, it's okay. No, it just has this vibe of, I think this is gonna be really heart honoring. I do think today is gonna be a little bit more about sifting through the hardship, the pain, you know, Queen of Wands energy. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, again, fire energy confirmed. You could have someone who is one of those signs. This can also just be someone who is getting really pissed off, is getting angered, triggered, whatever, and projecting onto you. Or angry that like they're seeing things work out, they're seeing things move forward. They do kind of fixate on you a lot, I feel. But I think that what I'm hearing is there's a lot attached to this situation. It's not so cut and dry. It feels complicated. It feels like there's a lot of layers. And so I feel like while this person maybe, it's twofold, because there's someone lingering onto our energy, right? And that goes back to that past stuff that we've been talking about. The vertex point is square to the sun and the moon. So it's like we're resisting what is inevitable, is what I'm hearing. Or everyone's doing it, right, to some capacity. Whether you're trying to like learn your lessons and overcome, or you're someone who falls prey to getting pissed off, you know, whatever. I feel like there is someone playing out in your environment that is affecting you to some capacity. But I feel like that, again, goes back into where when you overcome, there are those big rewards on the other side. Because it is also speaking of this gift, right? Temperance energy. We're getting a lot of the same cards that have been showing up in previous readings. You know, especially as we've been building towards the full moon. Temperance is Sagittarian energy, which, remember, governs Jupiter. So this is a lot about finding the balance between what we want and what is right now. You know, we make choices based on how we show up right now. Those choices are what help manifest the future. So if we let, you know, low vibey energies, people who have pride, want to control, dictate, manipulate the situation, if we give them the power, you know, really it's just looping ourselves back into our karma with them, whether we're engaging with them or not. And that's what this theme has been, like really finding ways to protect ourselves, support ourselves, empower ourselves and our energy, so that we are like tapping into higher vibrational things, more abundance, more wealth, success, whatever that looks like for you, fulfillment in life. And I think giving yourself balance today, making sure that you are taking time for yourself, for your health, your nurture, your well-being, that is always a message here. You know, it's so important. I was reflecting on that. I, you know, was doing like my little morning routine or whatever, and I started the day listening to something that started kind of provoking some fear and anxiety within me. And I was just like, you know, I really don't want to go down this road. Like, I got shit to do, you know? So, and if I were to let it just makes everything a little bit more arduous. It takes more time, you know, whatever. We're just not tapped into the flow as much. It becomes a distraction mechanism, and it really disempowers us. That's what it's about, you know? And as I was practicing, you know, getting, you know, my little wellness routine in the morning, it felt strengthening, stabilizing, you know, giving myself the nourishment for the places that it has been really hard. 9 of Wands is not an easy energy. It's like in the traditional tarot, it's this dude who's been like bloody and beaten and coming back from war and feeling like on the defensive, like there's just so much going on, and we're all feeling it, right? We're all feeling it. So we can give a little more grace, understanding, empathy to people who might not be handling it in the best way. but it also means that we need to like manage and take care of ourselves. And that's exactly what this Temperance, Four of Swords, Nine of Wands energy is saying. Don't get too sucked in, right? Like, don't fall. I don't think it's about getting trapped, but it's like, because I think that there's enough that has transpired that we all know the change is happening. We feel it, we sense it. We don't have a lot of security in the new beginning quite yet. It's that value of liminal space, right? The in-between, the thresholds, so to speak. And so it's just saying, don't let that rule your thought. Like, really keep putting time, energy, patience, into what is happening and allowing the hands of fate. Like, this to me feels twofold. Yes, things are fated, that vertex point of what we have to leave behind, right? But there's also this value of it's also bringing in something that's beautiful, right? It's also when we let go, when we release, we bring in the new. Forces beyond your control will intervene, but you will still possess the freedom to choose how you respond. So again, just confirming what I was talking about, really use your wisdom, you know, be that leadership role, step into your power, show off what you have been doing for yourself, the way that you've been honoring yourself. Illusions, be really careful of people who lie, manipulate the situation. A lot of times they want us to see things in a certain way. I hear this as listening to your inner guidance and truth, right? We all can vet people, situations, etc. Accordingly, you know, whatever, like we make mistakes, blah, blah, blah. This is more someone who does this on the regular, who maybe just like confuses your mind, makes you feel like you don't really, you're not seeing things clearly, you don't understand, you know, however it plays out for you. Take notice of inconsistencies. Look deeper into a situation as things are not how they seem on the outside. So you might not be getting the full picture, the full story. And I feel like this is attached, again, to those two principles we've been talking about. One is about knowing and sifting through what is in the past, but then the other is recognizing that through this, happiness is coming in, right? You are entering a period of happiness and fulfillment in your life. Nothing will stand in the way. I totally love that. It's the spirit, again, just confirming that, like, when we do the work, when we put in the time, the energy to really honor ourselves and where we're moving through, sly and subtle, of course, it really does empower us. And the sly and subtle energies, again, it's twofold, right? It's us being able to tap into our intuition, to trust what we see, what we sense, what we feel, to not, you know, gaslight ourselves essentially into believing something isn't what we see it to be. There's also people that are utilizing that, right? Those trickeries to try to get us to come back in, or, you know, whatever, be codependent on the relationship, however it plays out, right? People who want to limit our career, our growth, our evolution in business, in our home, in our family, in our relationships, our communities. Be really, it also says, I like this too, a sly and subtle approach is needed. Move in silence and don't reveal everything until you know you're ready. So be really tactful with how you move, right? That's also what leadership energy conveys, is that a leader is taking in all the information and then making the decided approach. The tactics, right? The strategy. I don't know. I feel like my words are coming out kind of funny. I apologize. It's all that full moon energy, right? All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this helped. Definitely drop comments below. Let me know how it resonates for you, how it plays out. I'd love to hear. I really appreciate your time and energy always. I think I'm going to do a full moon video tonight. So it will be a little bit more like a spirit reading. So we'll try to dive into more heart honoring messages, things that we need to see that we need to be focusing on for ourselves in order to move forward. Definitely tune in if you're around. I hope you have a fabulous day. I'm sending all the love and blessings your way. Thank you so much.